Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Keith Parker. I'm an elder at Stone Oak Cumberland Presbyterian Church in San Antonio, Texas. I'd like to give you a bit of my testimony today and hopefully wrap it up with a short devotional. First, a quote from a dead guy. You always have to have a quote before you start. General George Patton, World War II, said, "Compared to war, all other human endeavors shrink to insignificance." I disagree. I have done both, and a liver transplant wins. My testimony is that I accepted Christ as a 10-year-old in October 1967 at my hometown Baptist church, Covert Street Baptist Church, in 1967. I was commissioned as Second Lieutenant in the United States Army Medical Service Corps in 1978 after graduating college. I served for 30 years and retired in October of 2008. I had various assignments and capacities in multiple locations and parts support of the nation's objectives throughout the world. I was diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in 2018. The prescribed cure was to lose weight, exercise, eat more responsibly, gain more nutrition, and I'd have a healthy and long lifespan. Internal medical issues occurred in June of 2023. I went to my PCP, Dr. Warren. She diagnosed me with advanced liver disease and referred me to a gastroenterologist. Dr. Ayar was my gastroenterologist. After multiple liver tests, he diagnosed me with stage 4 cirrhosis. The transplant was the only solution. There is no cure. Well, I attended church one Sunday and announced it to the church, and Jan McCarthy mentioned in a casual conversation as we were leaving the church, had I ever heard of the Texas Liver Institute, that they had helped a friend of hers through a crisis, and I should probably do some research. I did so, gathered my medical records, forwarded it to Texas Liver Institute, and they studied those and accepted me as a patient and assigned me to a Dr. Petrasek. He did some extensive, more testing, multiple interviews and lab tests, and then subsequently diagnosed me with NRH, nodular regenerative hyperplasia. It's apparently a fairly rare disease in the United States, with only less than 1% of the population of the United States having identified with it. Most of the people that have this disease go on to live a normal life. Some wind up in more serious conditions, but normally they have a continuing lifespan, a normal lifespan. Dr. Petrasek then announced that the only opportunity for me would be to get a live donor. A live donor, because my MELD score, which is a way of calculating how serious the illness is, would never equate to someone with a full-blown bout of cirrhosis. When I mentioned that to some friends, a young man by the name of Sean Galloway in North Texas volunteered. He is the nephew of a very good friend of mine, Pat McMurray. When Sean volunteered to undergo testing, that allowed me to also undergo testing to see if I was eligible for a transplant solution. Unfortunately, Sean's medical testing could not be completed in a reasonable time due to whatever reasons. And then my son, David, decided to apply and see if he could be cleared. Well, after he was cleared in a few short weeks, and I was cleared to be able to receive a transplant, the surgery was scheduled for the about a week later. We had the surgery performed. It went very well. Dr. Clear and Dr. Cullen were the primary surgeons involved in the surgery from the Texas University Health System, and things were doing very well. On day 2, however, after the surgery, post-surgery, for me, I suffered a seizure. and it was due to some medication interactions that, again, rarely occurs, but does occur on occasion. I was put in a coma for about 4 hours and then a semi-comatose state for about 24 to 36 hours later, and then subsequently moved to a downgraded unit in which I began my recovery process. I wanted to thank all of the folks that were involved in the rehabilitation efforts and the medical care that I received. It was just an outstanding ordeal, and I appreciate all that everyone has done for me. All the way down to the cleaning team. I mean, they were just, I'm enormously thankful. I was released home on 28 August. I am slowly but steadily recovering with the help and support of my family and friends. My angel on my shoulder is named Teresa, my wife. I'd like to say that title the rest of this as My Current List of Heroes. Dr. Warren, who initially diagnosed me, Dr. Ayar, who did further testing and determined what the problems were, Jan McCarthy for informing me about the Texas Liver Institute, Dr. Petrasek, who was my primary hepatologist at the Texas Liver Institute, Sean Galloway for stepping up when he found out about my condition and volunteering to donate part of his liver, David Parker for actually donating his liver, and he's doing very well, by the way. Thank you very much. Dr. Claire, surgeon, Dr. Cullen, surgeon, the transplant team, the Caitlin Stanley, who was the nurse that was standing by my side when the seizure occurred and literally saved my life. She has my forever forget. I will always remember her, and I surely hope that she excels in the future. I would like to thank the healthcare team at the Floor 9 ICU and ACU that provide the care and rehabilitation efforts. My friends and family, they were stood by my side all the time. Steve Johnson and the South Texas Intrepid Pig Hunters, which is our hunting group that I associate with, and who donated a gift to my son David for his courage in stepping up and providing a part of his liver for me so that others may live. And then, of course, Saint Teresa. Now, there's no connection between all of these people. What happened? Why did all of this occur to allow me to be able to return home and begin my rehabilitation? It has to be God. Prayer and God. If you'll join me in a short prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunities that you have provided to us. Thank you for watching over me and providing me with all the support necessary to regain my health. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.